All right, guys, welcome back to Dominion Domination. And just want to let you know we are on day 48 here for a point of reference for you. Um, Actually, sitting in a pretty good position. I have two oil fields in their entirety, including Baghdad. That's a very, very good position to be in at this stage in the game, especially being the only player that has those kind of resources. I've now gotten to the point where you can see the blue numbers here are very compelling, especially that oil coming in. So just now what I did is I went around and just kept on updating factories, continuing to build up my infrastructure around here. I think I started a railway down here. I think there's a railway building here, yeah, almost completely built. So I built up my level 4 factory there. But really, I was just able to go around and just buy whatever I wanted without having to do any horse trading. And that's very comforting, very nice feeling to have. So let me just catch you up on where we're at here. So Baghdad, I'm continuing to develop it out. I moved some infantry down here so that I have some a little bit of meat shield here for this stack of 22. The 9 tanks help as well. Now, in the past, I've made the mistake of building too many of one type of tank. And of course, tanks are just like infantry. They can only occupy a certain amount of space on the field. So that once you get past the first 5, which, that's 5 units, 5 companies or whatever, the next, I believe, 10 after that are less effective in battle. So really anything, I would say anything past 10 or maybe 15 tanks is just not really necessary in a stack. And one way you can correct for that is, of course, building heavy tanks. Okay, they don't stack with regular tanks. They're their own thing. So ideally, what I'd love to have is a stack of 15 regular tanks and 15 heavy tanks. That would be just, oh, talk about a backbone of an army. Really powerful. So I've got one building here. I've got one building down here. Up here I have artillery. I'm building a lot of artillery because, as we saw, the main threat in this game right now, more artillery all the way around, and then, of course, the 2 heavy tanks, and then in the middle I'm building an artillery. The main threat in this game is this guy over here who does own part of an oil field and has conquered over now to the point where he has the ability to attack over into me. So really starting to try to kind of get my artillery stacks together because, as we noticed before and by the way, you can see he removed his share vision from me. He wised up. He did have about 500 infantry. Probably has more by now. With proper fort usage and artillery, I should be able to fight that off. So it's kind of making me question, now that he has this corridor, my plan of attacking in and taking this 3rd oil field over here. So I need to consider very carefully, because you can see I have an invasion force ready to go over here with 5 cannon and 1 more tank to join this. So that will be a nice 13 cannon, 8 tanks, 3 heavy tanks, and 160 infantry, along with this really nice bomber stack of 13. That bomber stack is about to be joined by 3 more bombers that just spawned over here. So 16 bombers, nice little invasion fleet. Or conversely, could be the force that I use to beat this guy back and maybe take his oil field. I don't know. He's certainly, he has made a corridor over to here. Let's see about this territory. It does look like it may have gotten conquered back by the Kut garrison. Kut garrison, oh. So, Kut garrison, no, that's just the last of Kirkuk. So let's see who he's at war with. He's definitely at war with Kut, I bet. Let's see who else. Oh, he is at war with Kirkuk. Okay, that's good for me. That's very good for me. That means that he is most likely making a bid for this oil field, which I'm in a position to take. Okay, I like what I see, because this is just going to get more and more powerful. Right now, I currently have 6 cannon building, 2 heavy tanks, 7 cannon building, including the middle, and 2 heavy tanks. And remember, cannon do not have that staving off effect as you get more and more. It's linear. So cannon always and forever deal 1.5 damage when they're at maximum morale, of course, no matter how many you have. So just the more cannon, the more absolutely deadly they become. And then keeping in mind also, I will have 16 and then even more bombers as time progresses that I can fly over to face any front over here. So, okay, I just decided in real time that I'm going to go ahead with my invasion. So that's going to happen as soon as this additional stack lands over here. I'll go ahead and attack over with the bombers and everything into this. And my plan of action here is to take the coast first, because as I take the coast, I can start to stream in, I can start to join with these coastal defenses that I've had to put in place. I know from previous experience, of course, that he will send people across the channel to get at me. So I've got coastal defenses here. A lot of times I'll run them up to the water to do that thing where you can attack them as they get out of the water. But what I'm doing for now is just waiting. Wait and see. I'll probably send out infantry units. Yeah, I'll send out infantry units, so I've got some people who can see if anybody's starting to move towards me. But what I can do is, as long as I'm alert, as they approach, I can move my infantry up to the edge of the water and my cannon over to where they can start to attack while they're in the water and while they're debarking, getting off the boat. So, okay, things are going great. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Go ahead and catch you up on production here. I've got, again, really making a run for cannon here. So I've got 4 cannon and that other bomber. So I will have 17 bombers total in short order in that stack over there. And then over here, I'll just tell you I'm building 3 fighters. So I'm starting to build up kind of a defensive fighter force. Just because I don't know what this guy is doing. AI typically don't build big air forces, but I could be wrong about that too. We'll see later in the game. This is also a player character here who has a significant amount of land and part of an oil field. So I just do need to have some kind of defensive air. So when those are done building, I will have 4 fighters that I can throw around, right, with that 16 total combined air power. Against any kind of bombers that come at me. And maybe defensively, if there's some fighters out there, I can add them to my bomber stack. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for checking in. I think the next time you come back to me, I will have already taken a bite out of this. That's the goal anyway, and really started to try to attack across the coast and then bring in these extra forces, because these coastal forces, as you can see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cannon. 10 cannon manning my coastal fortifications. These will have to stay no matter what, because I'm concerned about this, this approach. But all these can join the fight as soon as I take the coast. So that is going to be my first goal. And it's kind of cool too, because I can take the coast and then run these guys across to defend those recently taken territories. So they'll go from being coastal guards on this side to being border guards on this side. So it's looking good. Anything I produce here, I feel pretty safe to move it in. I haven't felt any threat from France over here. And of course, France, as always, I've went ahead and given right of way. That doesn't always do the trick. But as long as my popularity is not dismal, and it's not too bad here, 55, I've had popularity of like 12% before. And I think it's because I'm not just willy-nilly attacking a lot of people. I've only attacked 2 garrisons. I've been attacked 3 times. This dingleberry over here attacked me, declared war on me 3 times. So that might have helped my popularity. I'm not sure. But all right, that's it, guys. That is about all there is to it. So again, when we come back, I will have started this war. I'll get you updated when that's going on. I'm so glad that this guy over here went to war with this garrison, because this garrison is a nightmare garrison. He's bad enough when he starts off with just that 5 territories. He's now been sitting on a large landmass for a long time, and the AI is pretty good about producing and building up stuff. And if nothing else, all these have been spawning infantry this whole time. So he's got hundreds of infantry. So I'm glad that this has provoked. This is a long front that this guy has with that AI, a long front. So a lot of his infantry are having to be occupied to defend that front. So that's good news for me. That sort of dilutes his potential attack power on me. So I'm loving it. All right. When we come back, I will have attacked into Kirkuk here, and we'll see what happens there. All right. Adios, mi amigos.